Testing, 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 testing. What's up, Block? Giving us face, Lily. How are you, darling? How are you, darling?
I'm pulling it together. You know how we do.
All right. Always good to see your beautiful face. I'm all hood today. You all glamour. You looking like my manager right now.
That is too funny. This is like, this is fake. This is fake glam. Like this is those certain outfits that are like real easy that you could grab and they look like you spent some time. This is one of my
Yes.
go-tos.
Okay, well, it looks like you spent some time. Look like we going to dinner, business dinner, whatever. Look like I'm just gonna go sit on the stoop after this.
The
Okay.
lies. And look, that's how I wanted to dress today, but I had clients. And it was supposed to be like almost 90 degrees here today.
Oh,
And so I was like, damn, I want to wear some hoochie shorts and my sandals and all that stuff. But I gotta be professional.
yes, you do. We do that every now and then. We clean up every now and then. We clean up nice too. We clean up
Exactly.
nice. So, Lily, let's welcome the people on the block with Jen, on all social media platforms all across the globe. Okay, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, on the block with Jen at Gmail if you want to contact us for anything. I am Jen. I hear YouTube's badass and your favorite devil's advocate. Welcome. If you're here for the first time, hit that like and subscribe. You're going to like it here, okay? The block gets really, really hot. If you guys were here yesterday, we put on a show, okay? We proved we are the best show on YouTube. You don't believe me? Check out yesterday's show, specifically the last 30 minutes, all right? You ain't never going to see no shit like that nowhere on YouTube, okay? So salute to everybody. Hold us down, chat. Lily, tell us about your wonderful self.
Well, there's really not much to talk about, but the only thing I will talk about is the Block Talent Battle on Saturday.
Boom.
You all have to be here. If you have been here, you already know what the tea is. You already know it's the best show on YouTube. It's the only talent show on YouTube that is doing it the way we're doing it. So if you see anyone else doing it, you let us know. Okay. But anyway, the tea is our talent comes out, and that can be any type of talent that is not going to get us banned from YouTube. Okay. So that'd be singers and actors, dancers, drag queens, pianists, whatever. Okay. As long as you have a talent, then you can compete for the $100 cash prize. And that is going to be voted on by the audience. Not me, not Jen, not our original colonizer. No, it's going to be the audience. So here's how you cheat. You invite as many people as you can to come out and support you, because they will be the ones that are going to vote for you. Here's another way you cheat. You can have someone send one vote for you. That's the right way to do it. But if you want to cheat, then you can have them send a super chat. Each dollar is one vote for you. So we have a winner that's going to be announced this upcoming Saturday, and you can compete this upcoming Saturday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the block. Hey, original colonizer.
Hi, No Saint.
Hi.
I'm still stuck on calling you No Saint. I like No Saint, but
yeah, I'm still No Saint. It's
okay.
I think I'll put it back.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I love original colonizer.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I talk about the show, like when I'm out and I'm doing business, whatever, I'm always plugging the show. So they always say, "Well, who's on the show?" So then I let them know. I said, "Well, Jen, it's Jen's show. I'm the co-host. We're the main, and then we have our original colonizer. We have Ron. Hold on, he's a colonizer. Come on.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can be both.
Okay.
No
Well,
Saint,
they love it.
No Saint, the original colonizer. It could be that too.
Yes, that's it. But people love it. Whenever I say, they're like, "Hold on, this sounds crazy," and I love everything about it. So yeah,
that's funny.
I mean, it really is. I mean, we really have built a New York City block, just the essence of New York City, the people from all walks of life, and just somehow on that one block radius, we all get along. Even if we whisper after we say, "Hi, how you doing, No Saint?" You see,
Oh,
White people
child.
moving in there. Okay, let me tell you.
That's not even his wife. I'm
Right. That's what we got here, and that's why the people love us. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. If you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to support the show, okay, and we do a lot with this money. I don't beat off with it, guys. We do a lot with this money, okay? We're trying to keep Block Talent Battle going. We want to keep bringing you this talent every Saturday, okay? So if you want to buy me a smoothie, which is really just supporting the show, hit my Cash App right there on the Block with Jen. They don't tax me. You guys know YouTube takes a big chunk of them super chats, though I know super chats are very convenient for you guys, and I appreciate every penny I get from you because you don't have to do it. So when you do it, I take it wholeheartedly that you are supporting, you like what we are giving you all week long. So feel free to use the super chat. If you like, it's easier, $ on the bottom right. Lily,
What's going on today? I've been hunkered down with clients. I don't know anything. Oh no, I heard rumblings about it, and it's including your favorite person. What's going on? But there's a beef. There's an old beef. There's an old person beef. So the people saying that somehow, some way, for some reason, that Babyface and Anita Baker are beefing.
What? How is that even? That doesn't even match in the same sentence. Anita Baker, Babyface, and beef.
Yes, they're like trending right now. I come home, I see like because I was planning on getting on to see what it was about, but I had to eat. I said, okay, it's between me getting a tea or getting some food. And since I haven't eaten, I said, okay, Babyface and Anita Baker. This is weird. Okay, but Babyface and Anita Baker's beef can wait. And then so Bestie calls me as I'm eating, and he said, damn, all I'm seeing is Anita Baker. Like,
holy shit. Not my bad. Listen, you know, I'm all for the ladies and girl power, but you know how I feel about Babyface. You know how I feel about some Babyface.
But you know Anita Baker, piece of work.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, her fault. Moving on.
and what's funny is the headline that I saw says, Babyface versus Anita Baker. Is Anita Baker wrong? So she must have did or said something.
Oh, we got to find out what the hell happened. We got to find out.
I'm Googling that. I'm going down, writing down to Google real quick to see what they're talking about.
No, say get on that. Find out what they doing in my Babyface.
Well,
no. What's wrong with my
I will say that I did get a kiss on the cheek from Anita Baker at a concert.
Oh wow!
So
okay,
yeah. So I'm kind of favoring her, even though I don't know what
y'all ain't shit.
Listen, I never get a kiss on the cheek from Babyface, but he did shake my hand. He did smile at me, and he does look down into the crowd when I'm there jumping up and down because I usually get first row tickets. I've seen him from East Coast to West Coast. Like my daughter's like, Ma, he owes you money. Stop giving him money. And I was like, you don't understand. Okay, listen, I don't do drugs. I don't have any vices. Babyface is my vice.
Right.
This is my fucking vice. So LA, Vegas, New York City, like wherever he is, I'm in the building, okay, singing every word, looking like the crazy lady in the front row. And I swear I have a picture where he's licking at me.
Oh, we got to get that picture put on the block.
Okay, I'm in the front, and he's like, "Is that same lady again?"
Oh no, you're like the Apollo lady. Remember the Apollo lady?
Yeah. Yes, that's who I am at the Babyface cause I'm the Apollo lady.
My favorite. He's my favorite songwriter, producer, R&B. Period. Hands down.
Same.
So I got the tea. Here's the tea.
Oh.
So it says, this is from People Magazine. It says Babyface says he has nothing but love and respect for Anita Baker after he was asked not to perform. Okay. So then he writes on his Instagram, quote, I was asked not to perform in order to give Miss Baker her space and time to perform. The musician and producer whose set was canceled on Wednesday due to technical issues. Babyface was set to open for Anita Baker in New Jersey, but things didn't go as planned. After lengthy delays at the arena due to technical issues, the crowd was told that Babyface set was canceled in order for Baker to deliver a full performance, and the crowd was not happy. And it should have put it if Jen was there.
Oh,
she would have burnt the place down.
Oh, scorched earth. Scorched earth. I would have ran up on stage, and I'm not beyond that, Lily. I think I told you that before. And I have that on video, okay? Saving that for a documentary. I am not beyond jumping on stage. I don't care how legendary you are. Don't piss me off, okay? I would have raised hell. Because I'm telling you, it's a freaking highlight of my life to see Babyface. And the thing with it's always new to me. It's always new to me. You know, his jokes are always new. His outfits are always new. So my daughter's like, Ma, he owes you money. Stop going to see that man. And every time, like, they'll show Babyface, like, in a nice outfit, she'll be like, Ma, you bought that. You bought that. And I was like,
that's so funny.
Leave me. I don't do my. Leave me with my Babyface. Just let me have my Babyface. And I love his concerts because. And we'll shift. I love his concerts because people don't realize he's written so many hit songs for so many people, and he does a medley. So
yes,
he's giving you hit after hit. It's not like you're standing there and you're like, oh, Babyface is going to do his album and I only like 3 songs out of the album. It's hit after, like, Bobby Brown and New Edition and Boyz II Men and what's the little guy? Can we talk?
Oh, Tevin, Miss Tevin, Miss Campbell.
Miss Campbell. Like, there's so many. I mean, even to George. Is it George? I want to say it right. George Clapton? Is it George Clapton?
Eric Clapton, yes.
Eric Clapton. Yeah, I knew it was a Clapton in there somewhere. All right, so he's always, like, just hit after hit after hit. And you're just sitting there and he's taking you through this freaking whole journey of the soundtrack of your life. So I enjoy it immensely. And I'm always checking up to see when he's coming back to whatever city I'm in, because I'm always in there and I have to be in the front row. I don't like it back there. Yeah. I don't even know how people buy tickets back there.
Yeah, well,
you might as well stay home.
Yeah, well, if you're going to a Beyonce concert, I'm just saying that's a whole rent. Month's rent.
Well, Miss Lily, let's segue, because word on the streets is with Beyonce, you know, she started her tour.
That's been
the Renaissance tour, right? And people, and remember, we always discuss we're living in a different time now, okay? So people that once were up your behind will turn on you like that. So apparently the Beehivers are at war because they're saying she's not even dancing. So you got one side saying she's barely dancing, her dancers and the flares and all the stuff in the background is carrying the show, and Miss B is barely dancing, and people are pissed off because they spent all that money and she's not dancing a jig worth $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per seat. Now there is a split, because the faithful Beehivers like, leave her alone. She had foot surgery. She's a mama now. And the other side is like, we don't give a damn. We paid $5,000 for a seat. She better do a cartwheel in this bitch.
Okay. So it's funny that you're saying, I didn't know this. I just saw, like, whenever I would go on my phone today to do anything, like, that's the first thing. Beyonce. Okay, I ain't got time to be reading. So, but I will say this, and I said this actually before I got on the show today when I was eating and talking to Bestie. This is my exact words. Recently, when I look at her, besides the fact she always looked like a slave to me, right? She doesn't look. Recently, looking in
Lily, no race belt.
Oh yeah, I forgot. No, I meant POW slave, not racist slave.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, lies. Okay, let me turn this off. Okay. So, all right, she doesn't look well to me. Just go back and look at any appearance that she's done in the last year or so. It's something off. And I've been saying every picture I say it. I'm just like, y'all don't see this? Like, she doesn't look, it's like she's not, it's like she don't even know where she's at almost. It's like it's just weird to me. And so when you're saying it, because I was like, I wonder how she's going to be in this show, in this tour, because she just hasn't been looking well lately to me.
Well, apparently the jury has spoken, but let me tell you what my theory is. Okay, she's older, whatever. I don't use that as an excuse, because what is Jennifer Lopez is 50 something years how old is Jennifer Lopez? Chat, how old is Jennifer Lopez? I'm putting the chat to work. How old is Jennifer Lopez?
53 or 54.
Okay, 53 or 54. This chick is still getting spun around by her dancers. She's still doing the booty shake. She's doing salsa. I mean, adrenaline throughout her show, right?
Janet's almost 60.
Janet, same thing. So we're not going to put the age on it. We're not going to say, but Beyonce's older because she's hella younger than a Jennifer Lopez and a Janet Jackson. Let's take that off the table. We're not going to do the age thing. We're not fitting to do that. Not to mention, honey, you are worth $1 billion. That means you can get the best of the best diet, the best. And I'm sorry. People are going to be like, but she's human. In $1 billion tax bracket, you're subhuman. Why? I'm sorry, Lily. In $1 billion tax bracket, you have left the humanness. Now you have at your beck and call with a little ring of a bell, the best food on the planet. They can grow that shit in your backyard, all organic, okay? The best meat on the planet if you're a meat eater, okay? The best trainer, the best personal trainers on the planet, nutritionists. And all you got to do is ring a little bell. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Your trainer's here, Beyonce. The best of the best, la creme de la creme, facials, you know what I mean? Routines, beauty regimens, hair, nails. You literally just got to, lay there and just, right? From head to toe. Okay. You're worth $1 billion. If you are commanding $5,000 per fucking seat, yeah, I got to side with them. You better come out and shoot fire out your ass.
Right.
Okay?
I have to as well. And we forgot Tina Turner before she got sick. She was still Tina Turner
and I want to see your dancers holding the s'mores behind your ass. I want s'mores too. Fire out your ass, and I want them making s'mores up there while they dancing.
Yeah,
$5,000 per seat, $3,000 per seat. So I understand. Now I will say they're stupid enough to pay that amount. I wouldn't pay that amount. That shit better come with a car. Or, rent money or something. It has to come with something, some sort of something. I'm not giving anybody $5,000. Well, if Babyface wouldn't. I digress. But anyway, here's my theory. Here's my theory with Beyonce. She got a BBL. Beyonce got a BBL. Now, I know the Beehivers would be like, no, she grew that ass. She had twins, and the ass just grew like this. If you look at Beyonce's old pictures, first of all, when you got a curvy butt, you can have a curvy butt whether you're skinny, medium size, or fat. You're just built that way, right? She's never had one of these. She's never had an onion ass.
No, never onion. Exactly. It was a different shape.
She's never had an onion. That Creole kicked in, and she had like what we call it, the latiga natiga, where it's like a bathai. It's called a bathai, where your butt and your thigh is the same thing, right? You don't have an onion. She's never had an onion. She's had a bathai, which is fine. Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Right. But don't piss down my leg and tell me it's rain. That's a fucking BBL. Matter of fact, right after she got it, there was a show she was on, and she was barely walking across the stage. Okay, she looked suited and booted. Like, it looked like she had a girdle on. She was walking across the stage. So here's my theory. These women do not understand that a BBL is not the body to hop around the way they do. And if you notice, after she got bigger, right, she doesn't move like she used to move. You're putting extra fat and weight on your body that your body's not used to. It's different if you're a big girl and you're used to walking around with that body, right? Because we've seen big girls throw down dancing, but they're used to moving that weight around.
My sister's like that.
Yeah, we've seen them. We've seen them in the college bands, and them girls throw down.
And she's a big girl, but she is light on her feet. She can throw down better than me. So
right. And Rihanna's choreographer, I forgot her name, I love her, but Rihanna's choreographer as well. She's a big girl. She can throw down. So these women who get them BBLs, now you'll walk, just picture you got backpacks, right, in front of you, and 2 backpacks tied to your back. They're literally not attached to your body. It's not supposed to be there. And I think that's what's affecting the dancing, to be honest. You can't do a BBL and think you're going to move the same way. It's like putting yourself through a car accident and then recovering and then learning how to use your new body. And where have we seen it? We've seen Nicki Minaj need help going up the stairs on award shows. Haven't we not? We've seen Cardi B need help going up the stairs at award shows. That body is a funky thing to do to yourself. So then you start walking, it ages you. They start walking around like this. They start walking around like the mammies, right?
I noticed that.
Right? They become, and these girls are in their 20s. People forget that Cardi B is in her 20s. Nicki, I think, is in her 30s or close to 40. Beyonce's not that old. Okay, when Tina Turner was hopping around, Jennifer Lopez is hopping around, Janet Jackson is still hopping around. What's your excuse? And you're a billionaire? I say it's the BBL.
It has to be. You know, as you're saying it, I'm thinking about a lot of people that I know in real life, then the celebrities, and then just random videos of influencers that have them. And that's because being a model, walking is a thing for me, and people's walk. I love people's walk, or it annoys me. And that is something.
That's funny. I thought I was the only asshole.
Oh, no. I got some walk. And Nicki Minaj is one of the walks that annoys me. When there's certain people, when I see them walk, I cringe. And I do notice it's the BBL girls that I cringe each and every time. They have this, like you said, this old person walk. It's an old person's walk, and it's weird to watch on a young person.
You know what it looks like, No Saint? You know the blow-up dinosaur? The little suit that people wear, that blow-up T-Rex? That's how they move.
Like the little... Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know which one? The blow-up T-Rex is very, very popular. It's a little blow-up T-Rex, and people will be inside and doing pranks and stuff like that.
And don't let them be knock-kneed. It's over. It's a wrap. Just go sit down, girl. Just get a wheelchair and have somebody push you around.
But that's my theory. My theory is the body is not easy to throw around anymore. You got fat sucked out and fat stuffed in. Your body is just like, you have to learn how to move with a new body, and it's fucking heavy. That shit is heavy. It's not light. You're literally putting weight on your body. A lot of women are getting rid of it. So, I wouldn't pay that amount. What did Haran say? I mean, for $5K, you can't even do the robot.
Right. And Haran also, he also said the same thing I said about Anita Baker. A lot of people in the industry, the old heads don't like her. She's a piece of work.
Okay. See, I knew it wasn't Babyface's fault.
Yeah. She's
off to the front row I go.
Right. Well, you got to go out there and fight Anita Baker because she done made sure. I mean,
listen, I respect my elders, but I'm not beyond putting a foot out. She walked by for Babyface to perform. I do respect my elders, okay, but I ain't buying.
I need Chocolate, come up here.
Hey, Chocolate Herb, yes. How are you, doll?
Hello, Chocolate.
Come on up if you want, doll. You know you have to camp up and show us
your pretty self.
Okay, so before we get into the topic, we're not going to be here long, guys, either, because we got things to do. So we wanted to come show our beautiful faces to you, serve you face for a little bit. You too, right, No Saint? You're serving face tonight?
I'm serving mug, no face.
He said... What's up, Louis Kanye? So in other news of where celebrities are just not as worshipped and appreciated anymore, we live in a strange time where it's like celebrity worship has gotten ridiculous, and then the pendulum swung all the way to the other side, and there are people that are turning on celebrities like they're bitches on a stick. Like they couldn't care less what their accomplishments were. They're like, Lionel Richie, fuck Lionel Richie. And I'm like, do you know who Lionel Richie is? Fuck that. Fuck that old dude with his facelift. I'm like, it's Lionel wait a minute now. So, we're on both sides now. It's very interesting to see. Like these young kids respect nothing. Nothing. Right?
Nothing. I was with another teacher today, and they were talking about theirs. I was like, Lord, y'all, I can't hear no more teacher stories. I'm about to jump out of a window.
They respect nothing. They're like, oh, you got your arms and legs blown off in the Vietnam War? Sucks to be you. You shouldn't have went. I'm like, he's a fucking, but what is going, wait a minute, right? So that's where we are. So Erykah Badu caused quite a stir online because she posted, this generation of men want to be chased so bad. I'm not doing it, little mama. So
she's such a Pisces. I love my Pisces. Sorry.
So a lot of people went at her because of course, they started dragging her about you ain't even no good. You got 4 kids from 4 different baby daddies. Who do you think you are? Saying X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And then the subject that we talk about a lot, Lily, are men the new bad bitches, came up because, the generation she said this generation of men want to be chased so bad. I'm not doing it, little mama. So, I guess that goes back to our men becoming, the women
new
they used to
baddies.
hate.
Yep, they are. They the new baddies. Like, the only thing is missing is a BBL.
Right. and some of them are getting that.
They are, yes. That what the doctors say on the low, like they making coin off the new modern man.
Yes, they're getting booties, they're getting pectoral muscles, they're getting fake abs. It's called the daddy do-over. Yeah. So they're in there too. No Saint, you want a little GoFundMe for a daddy do-over?
Because we can start one while we're on the block.
Let's get No Saint a daddy do-over.
I would go for that. I've heard about that though. That's been around a while too.
No, it's different. It's not the early one. This is a new one.
Yeah, this one they can grow your penis too. Well, not grow it, but they take it's like a BBL, but they take fat from somewhere else on your body and make your penis wider.
Jay, yeah. I like what Jay says. The last comment. Yes, the allure and mystique of celebrity has lost its luster for most people. They're too accessible now. Like I said, we're going through a celebrity inflation. Where celebrities have definitely lost their value. And the new celebrities are regular people. People at this point, they like people who are relatable, who are regular. And for years, celebrities have flaunted their wealth, and influencers have flaunted their wealth and their lifestyle in the faces of the regular person. And for the most part, people was okay with it for a long time. I would say in the earlier days of the boasting and the bragging and stuff like that, it was cool because they were looked at as demigods. Let's just call it, people deified them, and that's what it was. Then
passing out in the audience. I never passed out when I saw Babyface.
Yeah, never been her.
Carry me out of here.
I noticed. Let me tell you when I noticed the switch, and so I was like, it's interesting. Because, people have been fake balling during the whole PPP days and the unemployment scam, all the good scams that was going on during the pandemic.
And going to jail now.
But they was balling good, and all that money's gone now. And people are scrambling to try to get money. So that's the regular person. The influencers are scrambling to try to get money because there are no brand deals getting put out. For those of y'all who are looking to become an influencer, find something else to do, get into tech, because there are no brand deals like that being given out. And if they are, they're going to be given out to white men and women. That's what it was going to go to. And so people are scrambling financially, and they don't want to look up and see people flaunting, $80,000 Birkin bags.
Right.
That's not what they want to see right now. Right. And so that's my theory of why they're turning on the celebrity. They're like, you know what? I don't want to see any of that. I just want to see somebody that I can relate to that relates to me.
Right. If you guys are coming up, come up immediately because we're not going to be here long. We're doing an hour, right, Lily?
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing an hour. So if you're going to come up, come on up. Hello, doll. How are you, Miss Chocolate Earth?
Hi. I missed y'all.
We missed you.
Girl, I've been traveling.
Yes,
I'm here. So I got home. I'm in Arizona now, ready to do some damage. That's what we doing right now.
That's what I was talking about. Catch flights, not feelings, baby. Catch flights, not feelings.
I'm gonna tell you something. I had to go. I was like, y'all, we ain't doing it today. So I'm sorry, I can't see. So let me get somewhere and be still.
Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Louis Kanye says some people can't afford to be in a relationship. People are having meltdowns. The relationship market has been gentrified.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The relationship market has been gentrified. Louis, can you expound? I'd like to hear what has gentrified the relationship market. I'd like to hear. Yeah, I'd like to hear Lewis elaborate. Thank you for the super chat.
That's very
Um,
interesting.
so since we're only gonna be here a little hour, let's get
What kind
into
of
the
time for
topic.
one? Just want to make
What?
sure. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Chuck. What?
Hey, I noticed. I wasn't saying nothing. I was like, man,
Oh.
what's going on over there?
No, sir. Don't be worried about what I'm doing over here. Get out of here. I don't like things on my shoulders. Like I like having my shoulders out like all the time.
Okay.
And so sometimes I get in trouble because it looked like I ain't got no clothes on, but I do. I promise. Go ahead.
It is hilarious. Ever since we quit Freaky Friday, the most freakiest things have been happening all week long. Ever since we discontinued Freaky
watched
Friday.
the show yesterday.
The whole
When
thing?
Dave came up, girl, my mouth was open. I was like,
Lily,
I was
your
doing my
faces.
hair.
Lily, have you seen the replay yet?
I was listening to
I
it
saw
as
the
I was
replay.
taking my makeup off. And
Right. I was listening, braid my hair, right? Like just doing all kinds of stuff, listening. And we have a 65-inch television, right?
Why does everybody say they were watching it on their TV? This is crazy.
I watch this on the TV, so
right. I watch myself on the TV.
She was like, "Your friends are on TV."
Right.
It must have looked even worse on TV, but continue.
No, it didn't. You guys looked fantastic as always. And I just love how you got under his skin because I know my brother came out and was like, didn't you argue with that dude before?
You sure did.
I sure did. Me and him had it because I know, like, I've met guys I can't vote for, and no shade, but it's like this. You want it for anybody, who wants to have other type of relationships or marry someone from a different culture or color. That's fine. My issue is with Black men. When it comes to that, though, you're either defending it or you're trying to pretend like it has no effect on us, on you and your family in America. Like, stop. I'm just tired of the game. Stop playing. You already know you got flagged.
Right.
Stop.
And let me be clear.
Honest with it.
Let me be clear about something that I didn't mention yesterday, if I remember correctly, because I was really trying to stay out of it and let y'all have y'all.
Right, I know you were trying to be diplomatic.
No, I'm not trying to be diplomatic. I know what side I'm on.
I was saying last night you were trying to be diplomatic, but I saw it on your face like, what are you talking about? When he went into his tangent, I think he was crying. Was he crying?
Somebody else said that, but I couldn't tell. I was in my bag. I was in my bag.
Red. That ain't smoke eyes. Them wasn't smoke eyes. Let me quit.
Something was going on. I'm gonna leave that at that. But no, I wasn't being diplomatic. I'm clear about what team I'm on, what side I'm on. It's just that if I remember correctly, the night that everything happened, the other lady who was on the show who mentioned it, she knew nothing about nothing because she really didn't.
She just came in. Okay.
She just came in. It was the defense thing that both of you was talking about. It was him that said it because Jen and
it usually is right.
And listen, what he don't know, because he was doing his Malcolm X routine, what he don't know is that me and Jen was texting back and forth. It's like we're going to leave that aside. We're going to let him live. We were letting him live.
Right, exactly. Why waste your time?
People forgot that part. Well, we didn't mention it, Lily, but Lily and I were literally like, let's let him live. We're not even going to bring up the wife. And that's why I kept saying, because he was like, you brought it up after George Cook, after I talked about the redlining, and you brought it up and said, I got over slavery because I'm with a white man. I said, that's not how it happened. Lily and I were literally texting saying, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to let it. And when Shelly said, isn't his wife white? That's when all hell broke loose. The cats were out the bag. The horses were out the gate. And me and Lily was like, it's on and popping now.
I was sitting there. Don't look. I was eating the little fishies, little goldfish. I was eating and watching like. I was mad because now there's a 3-hour difference, so I'm having to change my schedule because everybody I know is on the East Coast. So I was like, damn, when am I gonna catch her show? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump on in here.
And you caught it at the best time because that was a show last night. Boy, I was in
It
my
was, child. Yes, it was.
It's so funny how we can go from being like serious journalists to like having a whole shootout on the block. I live.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I did not expect that. I honestly did not expect that. I thought it was gonna go different. And then you know how you finish something and it's like, okay, I filleted him, but I should have said this too, and I should have said that too. Like it's like, you know, because I remember he was up here one time very adamantly defending the pearly chick, that big wide back white lady.
Yeah,
that was another episode. Yes. That was another episode where I was saying what I was saying about her, and he was defending her vehemently. And then now that all this blew up and she said the slavery stuff, I forgot to say last night, well, how do you feel about her now since you were up here caping for her? But I forgot. I was in my bag and I was like, listen. But I didn't.
You know, the sad part about that is you are defending her because you're married to a white woman. That's it.
That's
you know damn well she ain't spitting no facts. She's a grifter, and the black men who support her are stupid. And I don't care what nobody say. The only reason they support her is because she says that backwards shit all the time. I don't know anything. I'm like, if we was in middle school, I'd beat you up.
Middle school.
If we was in middle school, I'm coming for you 3:00 because I can't.
Like,
but anyway, sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Remember that little thing in class? Remember that little thing in class?
When your friends be like, okay, she outside. Yeah, let's go. I'm about to put some Vaseline on.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the Vaseline. Oh, no, Saint. No, Saint.
It is just horrible, the fact that now it has come to the conclusion, and I liked what you had, like is a single relationship with yourself. Yes, because a lot of people don't know who they are, and they just go from one relationship to another, and then they spout vitriol because you know 2 women, you done slept with 2 bras, but now you could talk about all the women in the world. Bro, you're not gonna meet all the women in the world. You gonna meet the ones down the street that live in your neighborhood or who you find on Match, Bumble, whatever.
Right.
But it isn't even about really dating. It's just about, know who you are. Be honest with who you are. Stop playing these games. It's too time consuming to try to unwind people's lives.
So this new thing that I found this interesting. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but TikTok is the news of the world. And this was brought to my attention. I found it very interesting. Is a single relationship with yourself the new relationship? That's different than are you single? I'll explain, right? Because that's a relationship status. Single is a relationship status. But this new thing that the Gen Zers are doing, the Gen Zers are people born between, says here, 1996 and 2012. People born.
My brother's a Gen Z.
Okay, so those are the Gen Zers. So these kids are looking at life differently. They're handling life differently.
I love it.
And now they're announcing, relationships with themselves, which is different than single, right? So this new thing has begun. It's called the everything shower. Have you guys heard of it?
No, I've heard of golden showers, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm familiar with.
I don't know where.
I retired Freaky Friday chocolate. I retired Freaky Friday.
We're gonna thread it in. We're gonna have
I'm so sorry.
thread it in from time to time. Just saying.
Let me drink some water. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I'm looking for a future husband. I can't talk about sex no more. Lily, I'm looking for a future husband.
Are you looking for a husband? Congratulations.
Back to the everything shower.
I'm gonna get my passport.
Okay. Get your passport. So the everything shower, okay, it's something that I used to do way back, but it was easy to do in New York City because you don't pay for water. So, if you live in an apartment building. Can't do that shit on the West Coast, right? So the everything shower is a 3-hour shower where you're at one with yourself for 3 hours. Everything from shaving to washing to facial to washing your hair to, you know what I mean, caressing yourself to soaping yourself for 3 hours. It's called the everything shower. It's all the rave. It's a Gen Zer thing. And that is how you spend time. Right. That's what I said. I used to do that. I used to do that in New York. Can't do it out here.
Okay.
But you say you have to sit in a tub like Game of Thrones out here. You can't just run your water.
I can't with you.
I miss that about New York. Anyway, so they're calling it the everything shower. But you know, like the younger generations, they do stuff and we're like, we've been doing that.
They just call it something else. A new twist on it, that's all.
Right. So I have a video. Just one of them is funny and the other one is the girl explaining what she has for these everything showers.
Oh wow. Go ahead, girl.
We can discuss what relationships with oneself is going to look like really soon.
I have Tree Hut, Dove, Dr. Teal's, Onyx, more Tree Hut, Onyx up there. On that rack is kind of like my little hygiene area, my feminine wash, acne wash, shave oils. This is my hair care area. Tubular-like body washes, Bellamore body scrubs up there, new Tree Hut washes, Method Body, Native, Olay, and then Dove. So these are where I keep my bar soaps. I'm sorry, I know it looks raggedy. The Dove soaps are just stacked on top of each other. But this is where I keep them. And that covers it all.
So that was the girl that did a TikTok getting ready for her everything shower because it's a lot of work and it's 3 hours. So this is the new thing. This is what they're doing to spend time with themselves and catering to themselves, which again, I said is different from being single. These people are literally in the mindset, I am in a relationship with myself and I'm going to treat myself the way someone else would treat me if I was in a relationship with them. So is this a future? Because I know us older ladies were like, fuck that, we're done. I can have a boyfriend for 3 months or 6 months at it. And then, renew or discontinue. But now we're seeing younger generations like this relationship shit. If it's what it looked like my parents did and my grandparents did, no lo quiero. I don't want it. I don't speak English. Don't care. Right? So are we going to see more and more of that where kids are just like this marriage shit ain't worth it and no saying it's going to be a dinosaur?
You know what, Jen? This morning, making up the bed, this is funny that this is the topic. This is literally what I was thinking about. Literally what I was thinking about. I said, for many reasons, and one of them is for what you said, because I was like, these children, these young people, the Gen Zs, they're different. Some of the things I love, and I'm like, oh, I'm all for it. Some of the things I'm like, okay, I don't understand, but I don't have to understand. I'm not a Gen Zer, right? But this one I get. And for that reason that I was like, I bet you a lot of them look at people, their mothers, their aunts, just people in their lives and go, yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want to go through that. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like to see my mother crying over a man. I don't like to see my mother stressed. I hate the arguing. I mean, there's so many things that I can see why young people's like, why do they go through this? What is the point? Right? They're not happy. They're doing it like they're looking and they just see the scam. They're like, they're doing it just because I think they think they're supposed to do it. Like they've been convinced that this marriage
there you
thing
go.
Is,
there it is.
I think they're just seeing through a lot of the crap, not just that.
Well, I will say this though, just to add to what you're saying, we have to give credit to Generation X, okay? Because, excuse me, sir.
Hey, kitty.
Hey,
Excuse
get
me.
mine on Saturday.
His name is Lisa.
We get a new bodega cat?
Yes, we get a new bodega cat on Saturday. And I'm going to have some bread sitting here and some produce. And put the cat on top.
A girl or a boy?
Gotta be a girl. Well, preferably a girl, because boys are just more difficult.
Okay, so we'll get to meet her. I'm happy about that. Okay.
Yes, me too.
So I want to give a shout out to Generation X. We were the first that started saying, I don't give a fuck. We were the first generation. That's why a lot of this age group, between the ages, I want to say of like early, now we would be like late 30s to 50s, right? This is where we are right now. We were the first to say enough because our parents were the boomers. Yep. Their parents was a part of the greatest, I guess they call them the greatest generation. Mm-hmm. And then you had the silent generation. Because like right now we have 7 different eras going on at the same time. And when I talked to my brother and I asked him questions, because, you know, he got a nice group of people he knows, so on and so forth. And for them, it's because we started telling the truth, right? Where it started to trickle down and then our children took it to the next level. That's how it happens.
That's true.
They thought we were crazy when we were Generation X. They thought, that's why they gave us the name, because we didn't care about anything. We didn't stand for the bullshit they were trying to pout at us. Mm-hmm. So just wanted to send a shout out to that as well. The trickle down theory is working with us.
No, anyway. You're absolutely right. Because when I think about it, I definitely looked at my parents, not my grandma, because my grandma, even though she came the generation before my mother, my grandmother was very much like she was like, don't be a doormat for no man. Don't. And my grandmother was working when women couldn't even vote, way back in the freaking 20s. And she was that lady. But my mother was the quintessential housewife. Yes, I'll jump how high. She raised her babies, whatever. My father ruled the roost. But I definitely was that generation where I was like, I'm not doing this. And then the way I speak to my daughter and my nieces and my nephews, it's a different conversation. And there are no secrets. Our parents still had all them secrets.
And that's it. That is exactly it. Is that they have all
look like the neighbors. Why does my cousin look like the neighbor's daughter?
Exactly. Daddy got 5 kids over here.
Yep.
Right.
I have 10 siblings, y'all. 10.
How many?
All scattered. 10. My father made 10 children. Mm-hmm. He only married my mom. I think he married my mom and my other sister's mom, and that was it. He was scattered all over the country.
And and this is funny. This is another because me and my bestie covered a lot of stuff while I was eating today. So we were talking about Nick Cannon, right, and his 5011 kids, and so
my God, I can't.
Because of the spreading out, like we was like, because I love sibling love, right, because I'm so close with my siblings or whatever. But when they're so spread it out, it's impossible. It's really impossible to have bonds.
I am thankful. Right, to your point, I'm thankful. Myself, my younger sister, and my brother, we all, stayed together, tight kind of bond. But the rest of my family members are weirdos, so we don't even go that far. But I think that a lot of it too is because of those secrets, because of you're supposed to do X, Y, Z. That's not true. You can live how you want to. The problem is, to what you said earlier, I think it's just repetition. It's easier to do what's comfortable than to change and do better. Absolutely. It is. So yeah.
Now I love it. I love the freedom. Ain't no damn secrets. My daughter asks me anything, I'm gonna be like, but. That's how it happened. That's how it's gonna be. And you just, it gives kids younger than us just the options and more choices and stuff. Thank you for this.
Because we're being honest, Jen. We are being honest. Because it's sure enough the generation behind us. Because when you were talking about were you guys talking about what was that the no, you weren't. I saw the thing about that Ebony K and what's her name?
Iyanla Vanzant. Let me thank one of the gentlemen real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me thank James Oko for the super chat. How are you, darling? Are you wearing your suit? Do you have your suit on right now?
Right.
He in the chat. He's in the chat already starting trouble. James Oko says, "What is the difference between a man who can't get laid and a man that says he is celibate?" A huge difference. A
Choice is an
huge
option.
difference.
Insecurity.
No, say what say you? Isn't one a choice and the other one?
It reminds me, like, you know, the guy, because I was this guy.
Which guy? Which guy?
The guy
Which
that's
guy?
like, yeah, I'm a virgin by choice. I'm waiting. No,
okay.
I was a virgin because I couldn't get anybody. I couldn't.
Okay.
But see, the pressure. That's what I mean. Like the pressure that men put on each other about sex in general. That is a part of the issue. Like, why are you pressing another man and worrying about what he's doing between his legs? I'm so bothered by that.
That's weird, right?
Very, very.
I
Women,
would say
I don't think we've ever had a conversation. I don't know about y'all, but I've never had a conversation telling another woman, girl, you need to go and jump on him. Go on, get that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, all pointing people out. Yeah, I'm taking him home tonight. We don't do that. We don't do that. And if we do it, you being nasty.
There's exceptions to the rule.
I'll just say
like myself, though. Like, no, I'll just be quiet. Okay, I'm muting.
No. But I think what women do is we'll talk, but we don't execute. Like we'll see a guy walk in and be like, oh, he can get it. But we don't like, yeah, I'm going to get that tonight. And I think men are more that way. They go out on the hunt. But thank you for the super chat, James Oko. I think the difference is basically one is volunteering not to have sex and the other one can't because he's not desirable. I am celibate by choice. It's not because I can't get laid. No, Saint. It's a choice. It's a choice.
But he said a man.
Never tell a man. Never tell a dude you celibate. Right. Never tell a guy you're celibate because it's like they become marathon runners. Right. They all in your face.
Accepted.
Like, can you please? I told you I don't want it. Put it back in your pants and go home.
What's so funny? That it's funny that you say that because I have a girlfriend who used to be a sex worker and she's a lesbian, right? So when she would meet these men, she would tell them, listen, I'm a lesbian. I only mess with dick for pay. Okay. I don't look at a dick for free. I won't touch a dick for free. I'm not putting it in my mouth for free. I'm a whole lesbian out in these streets. For some reason,
that gets them going.
It gets
that
them
gets them going.
The world. They used to give her the world. And she was like, they are so stupid. Like,
I think men, because they're hunters and I think they automatically see it as a challenge accepted. But no,
they don't know how to hunt. Stop that. This ain't hunting. No, because if they did, we wouldn't have so many single women. Come on. You don't know how to hunt because you don't have the tools to hunt. Y'all want to talk about
James Oko be having opinions on that. You coming up, Jamie Wamey?
I'm all for it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Simon, welcome to the panel. What say you, sir? And don't be long-winded because we ain't going to be up here long, honey.
Oh, here we go.
He never has his sound together, like never.
We're going to go through this song and dance, the mute.
All right, so we'll continue until he figures out his sound because we already know it takes him about 15 minutes to figure it out.
The guys before, like back in the day, they were hunters, right? But the newer, I think with the advent of, what are those things? The dating apps and things like that, social media, DMs. When you don't use skills, you lose them. I mean, for God's sake, you can be a native English speaker and then you move over to Paris and only speak French for some years. You're going to slightly forget English. It's not going to come to you as fast. So if you can forget your own native language, you can damn sure forget how to hunt. I was talking about that documentary that I saw when they discovered that tribe that'd been in the whatever jungle for
in the Amazon.
I don't think it was the Amazon because I would have remembered that one because wherever it was, it wasn't the Amazon. I would have remembered that.
Okay.
And you watch them colonize them in real time, and then they lose their skills. They lost so much. They lost their drive. They lost their skills. They lost so many things. You saw it in real time, right? So if a culture and a tribe that has been doing the same thing for tens of thousands of years can lose their skills within a year,
Mm-hmm. It's like a habit. It's just like anything else we pick up as we go through life. Some things we hold on to, some things we don't. That's us as human beings. We're imprinted by each other, by our actions. It's all connected together. Even if you don't know a person, we don't do anything alone because you've got all these different people providing different things. Look at us now. This was done by human beings for us to be able to talk to each other all over the world. So it's like, if we have the capabilities of doing that, then I believe that men have the capability to just take that mirror, and just look at yourself a little bit. That's all we have.
I want to thank James Oko for the super chat. Thank you, darling. James Oko says, the men you want control access to relationships. But then Tova says, but the men we want, we get. Sorry, not sorry. So James said the men you want control access to the relationships, but Tova said, well, the men we want, we get. I don't know too many women that would be rejected, quite honestly, because even unattractive women, if she's offering a warm, wet place for you to rest your penile regions, the man is going to be like, okay, like I won't take you out in public. This won't be a relationship, but I'll give you some of this, because men become very smitten when a woman wants them sexually. So I don't really see too many reasons why a man would turn down a woman. Now, I know saying that there's going to be pandemonium and all the men in the chat and on the panel become these playboys who turn down women all the time because they only got dimes. I know, guys. I know you guys are like James Bond and, Idris Elba and Jason Momoa, and you get the creme de la creme of women. They all come running, tripping over themselves for you.
Right.
But down here in the real world where we all live, I think the average woman who's not even glammed up, if she's seducing a man, if she's coming on to a man, she doesn't have to look like much or have much. He's going to stick it in her if she's throwing it around.
Yeah. Like I said, when I was in Atlanta, I lived right by the whole stroll, and there was this lady with one shoe on and one shoe off, and she was out there every day.
I'm liking. She was working hard. See, those are people that are starters. They're hardworking
essential
people.
workers. Yeah, essential workers.
They are essential. I would rather the man go pay for something than to go do something horrible to somebody. So go. Please, in all honesty, I completely support legalization of sex work. I completely.
I said that too, and it's funny. It was funny. Wait, let's try this one more time. Simon, can we hear you? Okay, not yet. We'll come back to you. So, because I believe in the same thing. Still can't hear you. So I believe in the same thing, Chocolate. And it's funny that we used to have a guy up here called Big Truck.
I remember Big Truck. Okay. Me and him got into it too.
Okay, Big Truck. Now, Big Truck was anti-legalization of prostitutes, though he used to buy prostitutes all the time in the Philippines. And I was like, no, I think it should be legal. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Wow. Just tax them, because that's what y'all worried about, people making money and you ain't getting none. Just use your little, tax them and let these women do what they want. Let these men do what they want. Because if you don't think there's male prostitutes out there, honey, let me tell you. Okay, honey, let me tell you. But I think it should be legal as well. I don't understand this comment, James Oko. Thank you for the super chat. I don't understand this. You said get fucked and not wired?
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
I don't know what that means. Get fucked and not wired? I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're responding to us or I don't know what that means, darling.
No, I was off of Ashby when I was living in Atlanta, off Ashby. The other stroll was Metropolitan, which Stewart Avenue, Metropolitan or whatever. But I wasn't off of Commerce. I was off of Ashby, which is like the bottom of the borough of sex workers. But she was out there every day. Guess why? Because people were picking her up. She wouldn't have been out there every day.
There is demand. There's always been demand. And let's be honest. So sex is a release. Sex is like, that dopamine you need, that relaxation, whatever it does for you.
Yes.
Right? My issue is how sex has been twisted in our society, where it's wrong for a woman to be comfortable sexually. There's got to be something wrong with you. if you're comfortable in your body, if you don't mind talking to men, if you just are free, which you should be allowed to, women and men both get threatened by that. Now, all of a sudden, prostitution is this horrible thing when it's the oldest profession in the world. Somebody walked up with a bag of berries and walked over to some woman and was like, listen, I'm gonna give you these berries, but I need you to give me your berry. You know what I mean? And there it is. And that's how it's done.
Like you want to make a pie, don't you?
Right. The safety of it. If they had places where these women could be safe, these men could be safe, I don't care if you want to go pay for sex. But it should be regulated, and it should be that women and men who are in that line of work, they should be protected because it's essential. People ain't gonna stop buying booty and not. Well, I'll just say booty for everybody. There you go.
But they're not.
I want to say thank you to Haran for admitting it. He said, I done knocked down a few women out here because they offered it. Hey, they're clutch during those slow months. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you for admitting that. Thank you for giving us some truth.
Right.
James Oko cleared it up. He said, thank you for the super chat, James. He said, get smashed, not wifed. In other words, those women that get smashed, not wifed. The problem is that a lot of women are no longer looking to be wives, which is basically the topic.
Thank you for saying so. Yes.
It's basically the topic for tonight. Women are no longer looking for that. So if you're looking for a wife, if you're a man looking for a wife and you found one, hold on tight because the majority of women are like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. You know what I want to do? I would love to start a dating service, like lowered expectations, like with people that are not as attractive can hook up with other people that's not as attractive. You know what I mean? Like,
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? We always say average, or we say, I don't know. I can't say, especially in our community, we have so many, right? But there are a lot of beautiful women who are introverts, who don't have the ability to talk to a man or something so and so. And this is going on in the background. So because, like to Jen's point, your vice is being a keyboard warrior, when you could be living a happy life with someone else. But the issue, especially with the men that are on here running their mouth, the women that they want don't want them. And they don't want to do the work to become the man that this woman or person wants. Come on, stop playing in my face and saying, oh, it's all hard to find a good woman. You ain't looking for no good woman. You're looking for a slave. You're looking for some sex and a slave and somebody to make sure there's some food in the house. And then you mess around, have some kids. You don't even like her no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. I do believe all of those things, like you said, are adding up to people, adding up to this generation. They see it, especially now. They see it. And it's like, it is scary. It's exhausting to be in a relationship. I'm not saying I'm against it at all. I think if you decide to do the commitment of love and this is your level, that's fine. But everybody don't need that.
I just think it's not just my opinion, because I know people who are happily married. Those people are usually early in their marriage. I will say that. But I do want to say, okay, Miss James Oko, I guess James Oko is calling Cap. Thank you for the super chat, James Oko. He said, what else are they going to say? You can't, here's the thing. You can't, if you want people to take you at your word, you have to understand that the times have changed. There are modern women, there are modern men. The modern men usually want to take you out for coffee dates. The modern women are like, it's not worth it. So me looking at marriages for my entire life. I'm not talking about just in this century or this year or this my entire life from childhood, right? Seeing my cousins, sisters, brothers, family, grandparents. What I see, in my opinion, the ends don't justify the means. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth the drama. It's not worth the tears. It's not worth the weight loss. It's not worth, to me, it's not the payback in my opinion is not worth the work that you put into that one human being.
Jen,
you don't even put that much into your kids.
And that's why I say, I agree with Kevin Samuels. Lead with your wallet, because a man that's coming to me and can promise me more money than I have than I'm making, you got my full attention. But you coming to me with I'ma love you forever. I can't do shit with love. I can't put it in the bank. I can't get a bigger
You
house.
can't eat
I
it.
can't travel. I can't eat it. No, lead with your wallet, like Kevin Samuels said. Lead with your wallet.
Well,
And
So
Simon is
my
back.
last relationship that I broke up with, last guy I broke with, that's when it hit that what you just said. And I was honest. I can't believe I was this honest in the breakup, but I was like, I really thought about it. And I went to my bed, and I've had some good relationships. Like, I've been lucky in love. I can honestly say I've been lucky in love. So that's when I realized this, though. As lucky in love as I've been, the payoff still didn't make sense for the work I put in. And it finally hit me. Like, it really hit me. And I was like, what's the real payoff? Let me, and
I think we've been given a bag of goods. Like, we have been given the boost. Yeah.
I had one that it paid off. Literally paid off.
Oh, okay.
All the time. I credit him. He helped me get where I'm at now. Him.
All right now. But that's okay though. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a positive.
Yeah.
I think I like relationships that run that way better. Like, I think the payoff should be a better quality of life. And a better quality of life to me is not somebody just saying, oh, I love you to no end. I love you. And it goes back to, I think, was it chocolate or Lily? I'm not sure which one of you said it. I lost my thought. It'll come back.
That's all right. It'll come back. Hey, did we get some time?
Simon.
Dropped down last time. Can you hear me now? Or
we can hear you now. What you got to say, Simon?
That's amazing. That's brilliant, man. I love you people. That's cool, man. Yo, thank you, Jen. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. What you got for us, Simon? Good seeing you, sir.
Really interesting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is we give and take, right? And sometimes we don't want to go through, like, the hardship that we need to go through in order to accomplish what we want. Like, so we have an idea, like, and most of the time, like, when you meet somebody, you can conjure up ideas in your head around, like, what kind of relationship you want to have. And then you almost sort of like put this in a box. You always go, okay, this is this person's listening to me, so therefore I can sort of navigate this in some sort of shape or form. And that's pretty much the main basis in the initial terms of a relationship. You'll meet somebody and you'll start to navigate what is actually going on, like, in terms of, I can actually do this with this person, but you know innately that they may not be the right person for you. There's this whole conversation that goes on about women that go, okay, I want to change a man. It's not a woman changing a man. I don't see it like that at all. What it is a woman understands a certain sort of way of going about living life, where they have to navigate things. So they try to navigate a man. Now, a man is not something necessarily to be navigated. In some cases it works, but the man that's navigated, in most cases that it works, it's not the man for you. The man you want, it's not a man to be navigated. The man you want is the man that navigates you. And I know that may sound a bit convoluted. I do truly understand and appreciate that. No woman wants a man to come to their life and be circumstantial, which is the baseline of the conversation. You're saying, oh, he can't have this. I want him to have, and you don't want a man to be circumstantial. It's just that's its baseline, because it's wavy.
I do want him to be circumcised.
Yeah.
No, not
You say circumcised or circumcision? What's going on? I'm sorry.
So
That's
I
more like
remember.
African
Hold on a minute. Hold on. So I remember my thought. I think it was Chocolate that said it. There's a lot of emphasis put on women changing, right? Or women wanting money, and we're villainized for it, right?
Mhm.
Women just want money, right? Women are constantly villainized. What gets ignored and men get absolved from, you fucks after 2-3 years become lumps on a log that are no longer attracted to your wife. Stop the cap. Men bore easily. Okay, you'll put up with the wife. She's put on a little weight. She's not sucking your dick as much as she used to. So you're in love with the bitches in the porn. Okay, you're in love with the bitches that you work with. You got the work wives. You're in love with her sister because the sister's in better shape. You men, after 2-3 years, stop acting like you're the most loyal, dedicated human beings, and marriage is just made for you because you are wonderful husbands. After that ring goes on, you turn into lumps on a log within 2 to 3 years, and you start beating off to every fucking image but your wife in your bed. She becomes a burden, a responsibility. She pushes some kids out for you. Now they're your responsibility. Stop the fucking cap and stop villainizing women for wanting money, for wanting adventure, for wanting spontaneity, for wanting a good quality of life. Stop the fucking cap when y'all turn to shit after 2-3 years. Stop the cap. Stop villainizing women because we like variety, we like spontaneity, and we like fucking money. Okay? Do not absolve yourself from y'all become pieces of shit within 2-3 years yelling at a screen for your favorite football team. Stop the cap. Can we stop the cap? Stop acting like y'all get married and become Jason Momoa. You become 1/3. You become 1/3. Men become 1/3 of who the fuck you married, but then they want to point the finger at their wives like, her bra and panties don't match no more. The fucking gall, the fucking audacity. Who do y'all think y'all are?
Expectations. If I put expectations on you, Jen, that you can't meet, that keeps you busy. I'm gonna give you,
man.
I'm gonna say to you, well, I'm not as attractive, babe. I need you to lose weight, or I want you to be like da 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 da, or why don't you cook like da 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 da. As human beings, let's throw the men, women away part. As human beings, there's certain things that we all desire. To what you said, Simon is your name. So to what you said, you should want to navigate each other. It shouldn't be this either or. There are such a vast array of being a human being. And what we do is we put, oh, it either is this or is that. No, it's just like when I've heard men say, well, I'm going to marry a woman, but she can't be no hoe, even though I like hoes. Well, if you like hoes, find you some hoes. Like, be honest with yourself. And like to what Lily said earlier, I think y'all just do what you already know is done and it's easy and comfortable. And when us as women, and we have grown past you guys, and that is the issue. It's like we at the top of the mountain and you down there talking about, but what about my sandwich though? And we looking down at you like, what? You want to, okay. Didn't I just climb a mountain for you? And you up here talking about you want a sandwich. When you hear
sandwich, can I ask you that?
Oh my God, Chocolate, you're a mess. Chocolate, you are a mess.
What's wrong
If
with
that
that?
ain't the truth.
Throw in the towel. Throw in the damn towel.
Listen,
what about my sandwich?
I am saying it from experience with myself. I have been engaged twice. I've had 6 major relationships in my life.
Mm-hmm.
All of them was creeps, okay? And I also had to look at myself and go, why do I keep picking creeps?
Mm-hmm.
I had to decide what about me is attracting creeps. Well, guess what? All women attract creeps. That's just something that happens.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to get to the place where I was just like, I'm not settling for that, you know? And when you start to make those boundaries, that's when the problems start. When women start having, especially if you marry and you've been treating your husband a certain type of way. And I'm going to leave it with this. My grandmother said one thing that I held on to for life. And she said, don't ever do anything. Don't start doing nothing for a man that you're not going to continue to do, because child, he'll be all over you. And it's funny to me because the women like myself, like Jen, like Lily, you have a modicum of love for yourself, or you care about more than just your appearance, and you're trying to better with what you give. No, y'all want to break us.
Yes.
Because we the wild bucks. We the stallions up in here. Believe me, I've seen it. I have seen it so many times, and it's sad in some states.
I'm gonna tame you. I'll calm you down. I'll break through.
That's right.
I'll break you like a horse. I'll calm you down.
I'll tell you something.
And I've always said,
I'll tell you
don't let the soft face fool you. Don't let the baby face fool you. I will change your life. You will be dreaming about me by the time it's all over.
Maybe you just ain't met the right man to be on your level playing field.
Hey, can I tell you something? Can I say this to you, sir? I'm gonna help you out. I'm not looking.
Right.
I'm fine. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for that.
The point is, you're not supposed to be looking. The
Why
man
not?
is supposed to come into your life. And
No.
he's supposed to sweep you off your feet.
No
Listen,
saint up there catching strays. He's like,
Right. Not
strap now everywhere. Those things like, hold up a minute, I'm good.
Okay, so I apologize, Jen. I gotta go. But I'm gonna say this to you guys. I grew up in a home just like Jen was talking about. My parents were married. My mom was fucking Donna Reed. I never washed it. I never washed my clothes. I didn't have to clean up. She would make our bed. She would lay our, she was all of that.
Yep.
Help us with homework. But she was always the last to be taken care of.
Yep.
And she catered to my father, and he did not deserve it. And then I turned around because of what I saw growing up, and we're with men who I was accused of being too nice.
Yeah,
I was accused of being too considerate. No, it's because you don't have the wherewithal to be that. You don't want to fight your demons and become a person that is understanding. It has nothing to do with man or woman. A woman can be crazy, man can be crazy, whatever you identify. It is about your human ability to connect with another human being. And if you put all these different roles and labels we done put all on each other, roll that shit up and put it in your pocket, because I'm not for it. Because it makes no sense. If you want to call yourself, it's like, I'm an alpha man. What the hell does that even mean? What does that mean? What you doing out here? You picking up logs? You Paul Bunyan out here? Like what's going on? And that is what I think a lot of women are tired of, this vitriol of, y'all can tell us how the relationship should go, but yet and still y'all can't even function when something goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't it's too many kids, too much responsibility, you'll disappear. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, she asked of me for too much. No, what it is that you can't just bring your wallet and your dick to a relationship. You have to be and love yourself. And I think men don't do that enough. Love yourselves. Look at yourself and go, am I suitable to be with another human being? Ask yourself that damn question, because it makes no sense.
You can't say within one sentence, bring your wallet and your dick, and in another sentence say that men.
She said you can't. She said you
can't. No. I said you cannot.
Oh, that was me.
That you cannot.
She literally said it. Like,
no, I said, and I'll repeat it for you. You cannot come to a relationship. It's like, okay, I'll put it in these terms. If you got to take care of your car, right? You just bought a new car. You got to take care of it. You got to do what you got to do. You're going to do it. You're going to make sure the wheels are right. You're going to make sure it's clean. You're going to make sure it's got oil. You're going to make sure it's all of that. That is exactly like a human. We need all of it. I don't need your wallet so you feel inadequate. But what I'm telling you is, I want you mentally. Because men don't realize, if you can, excuse my words, Jen, if you can fuck me mentally, bruh, it's on.
It's on. It's on.
if you can tantalize my brain, panties is just falling down. They on the ankle now. Because intelligence is what turns me on. A good conversation turns me on. But see, again, because you guys don't have those type of relationships with men where you can talk about that stuff, you need to find out if you're suitable. Your wallet and your dick is not enough. It's just not. Look, and if I'm getting all those things, if I have that already, and you want to come in my life and tear it down and tell me it doesn't matter because you're a man, bruh, I'm gonna send you packing.
You have some real poignant points. I'm telling you, but I've met women, and this is why I don't front on these panels, because I know women. I have no problem with that in terms of understanding intelligent women. I have women in my life that are building. They're doing really successful stuff. They're really sort of moving the needle in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time up here, when I get on these panels and stuff like that, women be talking about men okay, this is this and this is that, and it's okay. It's that's your experience. It's kind of anecdotal. Can you provide?
It's all anecdotal, though. It's all anecdotal, sir. All of it. Really, we talk about experiences.
There are women out here, literally. I am, this is why I'm so cool and so people don't really like to mess with me too much, because they don't like to hear what I say. I literally am rocking with a woman right now, and we're building a law school. That's what we're doing.
Wow! Congratulations.
In another country, people be messing with me on YouTube and all this nonsense and talking about relationships in a very sort of, 0.1 sort of level.
It's very flippant. Yes.
So it depends on who you're rocking with, and I'm just saying, you just got to put that into perspective, because
I do. Okay, let me jump in. Let me jump in. I ain't got all night. I really don't. Respectfully, I don't have all night, Simon.
Of course.
So I understand what you're saying. My thing is that relationships. You said you're rocking with a woman. Blah blah. Human beings have proven. It's not me. You could read a statistic. Whatever. It's not me. Human beings have proven they're not built for the long haul in a relationship. Very, very rarely and seldom, especially in today's environment. Very, very rarely and seldom. Familiarity breeds contempt. People get tired of fucking the same person. People get tired of eating the same shit. People find other people attractive. Very seldom are you going to find two human beings that look at each other and say, me and you forever till death do us part. Nobody else ever. I don't want to fuck nothing else. I don't want to talk to nothing else. It's like a needle in a haystack. So that is where we're coming from. I want to address this super chat before anybody else opens their mouth. Please give me a second. Welcome up, Mr. Justin.
What's going on?
I want to acknowledge this. James Oko, thank you for the super chat. James Oko says, box for nothing. I'll take that deal. This feminist stuff is awesome. And the reason why I want to highlight this comment, because this is an example of a gentleman, nice looking gentleman. I'm sure he has a nice job, dressed as well. But this is an example of a man who talks out of both sides of his neck, right? Because in one sitting, he'll convince us that, women are this or women are that. He's talking badly about women and single moms, and it's the woman's fault. It's the woman's fault. Women have to be this, and I have a girlfriend that's this, and we respect each other, right? That's one side. The problem with men that talk like that is that they also box for nothing. I'll take that. This feminist stuff is awesome. So do you want that good girl that you respect, or do you want that hoe that's giving up the box for nothing? You cannot talk out of both sides of your damn neck. And this is generally how men are. Well, they'll condemn the woman that's just giving it away, but then they'll like her too. So it's one or the other. You like the hoe or you don't like the hoe. You like the good girl and both of you respect each other and you're going to law school together and building. But if this girl's giving the box away for nothing, you'll take that deal. And that is the problem with the majority of men, that they'll take the deal with the hoe while talking about this woman should be like this, demure, going quiet, and not talk about sex, and we respect each other. Soon as the hoe walks in the room, it's like, hey, box for free, I'll take that deal. That's how men are. That is how men are. People who could be faithful and loyal are needles in a haystack. That forever shit. Did your parents do it without ever cheating? Your father never cheated. Your grandparents, did they do it? He never cheated. She never cheated. Ain't no kids that look like somebody else that aren't related to somebody, but they kind of look like they related to you.
Yep.
Seldom are human. We're just not built for it. We're not built for the long haul. It has nothing to do with me or statistics or what I experienced or what my mother experienced. It's throughout the history of life. If you look at all your lives and your relatives and your parents, they've been showing you your entire life. Your friends have been showing you. Everyone's been showing you relationships are not for the long haul with the average person. Now, Simon, you're probably lucky in love with this girl. You like, I found her. We're going to law school. We're going to build and build and build. Circle back 7 years from now. Or less. That is what we're saying. Mr. Justin, I'd like to pass the mic to you.
What's going on, everybody? I liked when you were giving the, example of James Oko here, and you're doing the robot hands. That was pretty good. But it's robotic though, because it's the same talking points amongst many, many guys, isn't it?
Yes.
And what you bring up is something that I've talked about before, which is the Madonna whore complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's the same. It just doesn't go away.
It doesn't.
And it doesn't go away until it's actually examined within men. Right. You have to actually look at it and really take it apart and understand why you have it in the first place. And then,
where does that come from, Justin?
It's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just part of the human condition, but it's that common. But it requires a mindset to take it apart, right? And understand that there is not a good girl. There is not a bad girl. There's not the wifey and there's not the hoe. There's just women, right? And men, because women are largely responsive creatures, right? Whatever kind of guy he is and how he leads her. And guys are always leading. Even if you're not intentionally leading, you're always leading her, right? And it'll bring out whatever she is, right? That part of her. Right. So if you're just like, yeah, let's have this sort of like, let's build sort of mindset, right? Or let's have this sort of lifestyle mindset. She's going to respond to that until maybe she doesn't like it anymore. Right. Or if you've got this other vibe about you where, and I'm sure you've come across these guys who are just like, basically, I'm going to treat you like a hoe because I see you as a hoe. Mm-hmm. And then it's up to the woman to be like, you know what? I kind of feel like being a hoe. And then she does that. And then other times she's like, you know what? I'm not in that mood, right? I don't want to be led in that way. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm up for a different feeling. Right. Mm-hmm. And so, but when you're a man, and I say this in enough times, Jen and Lily and No Saint, you know what I mean when I say man, you can do whatever you want, right? You can lead however you please. And you can take her to that variety that you were talking about before. Right? Because if you're bored, if you're that guy in the relationship you're talking about, you say, oh, men get bored. People who are boring get bored. Right? It's not up to the world to keep you stimulated. It's up to you to stimulate yourself. Right? So you have to keep your mind creative, keep it sharp, keep it questioning, keep it wondering. Right? Keep trying to figure shit out. Right? Kids, they're never bored. Right?
That's true.
Because they're always trying to figure shit out. Right? They're always getting into something, right? And that'll happen, right? You'll get into something and you're like, oh shit, I'm up to my neck in something I did not expect. And that's just what happens. You fuck around and you figure shit out, right? But guys, they get they get certain things and they're like, all right, I got a good job. I don't have to struggle so hard, right? I don't have to hunt, right? To kind of like create a lifestyle for myself. I got a girl, I got some pussy on tap. I don't have to really go after that anymore. And then so the creativity and the edge and the drive sort of like gets shaved off and he becomes more round instead of jagged the way he used to be. Mm-hmm. And it's really important, I think, for guys to just keep striving, to keep that edge going, to keep that edge sharp, because when you're sharp, it keeps her on her toes, right? Especially if you're running a solid program. And then she's like, well, shit, I got to be on top of my shit, because if I'm not, some sort of consequence is going to happen that I'm not going to be pleased about. Right. So it keeps her popping. You know what I mean? Like, what's he going to do next? What are we up to next? Right. And you know what? My mentor, he always says this. He's like, not everyone's built out. No, not everyone is built to be a man. Not everyone's cut out to be a man, right? Like you need cogs, right? You need sleepy cogs to just keep the regular shit going, right?
That's true.
And that's just the way it is. That's just what life is. I've worked with dudes who couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the processes and the steps necessary to become the dude that you got to be, right? To be the dude, and they gave up. They're just like, this is too hard. I'm giving up, and they became very emotional, and said, all right. I'm like, all right, cool. Here, have your money back. That's fine. Because I understand it's not cut out for everyone, right? And what you're like, I would say, complaining about, Jen, is a result of dealing with the needle in the haystack you're talking about. Well, the haystack is average males, right? Who are stuck in average thinking, who are stuck in average patterns, and women have seen you 10,000 times before they even met you, and they slap you into a box and go, "Yeah, all right." Well, at least he's got
my God, that's
right?
so important, Justin. That's so important.
But then sometimes you go, well, at least he's cute. Well,
oh my God,
at least he's got a good job. Well, at least he likes to travel. And you ride that until you can't, and then you're like, you look at yourself and you're like, girl, come on. Like, because you're not there's a piece of us this.
That always knows that
he doesn't make your pussy jump when he says hello. Right.
Because Justin, there's a piece of us that secretly knows inside of us that there's an expiration date.
Right.
Just
you know it. The minute you realize that he fits into a box, that expiration date is stamped on there like a jug of milk.
Yes.
And you're just watching it. Like, that's you're like, man, you're like, how many trips can we go on before November 14th?
No, seriously.
Oh shit.
No, seriously. Jen, is he lying?
He's not. Let me read this insanity. Oh my Vegatron says Jason Momoa couldn't keep his wife, Jen. You really think that Jason Momoa couldn't keep a woman if he wanted to keep a woman? We talking about Jason Momoa. It never crossed it never crossed your mind to think maybe his wife got tired of him fucking women all the time because he's tall and gorgeous and wealthy. That Jason Momoa can't keep a wife. If Jason Momoa can't keep a wife, it's because he doesn't want to keep a wife. Okay.
No, well, see, the reason why I said you can't say that is because, okay, let's say you take two men, they're identical. Okay. Identical in appearance, how they live their life, all these things. You look at them and you're like, holy shit, that's the same person. This is fucking crazy. Right. They both take a woman out to dinner. Okay. But man A, right, is perfectly fucking grounded in himself. He does not need her for anything. And if it is, it's for procreation. And that is it, because he doesn't have a womb. Right. The guy B, he needs her. Right. He's insecure. He needs her validation. He needs her to pay attention to him. He needs her to like him. He needs her on so many levels, but he doesn't show it. They're both doing the same exact thing, taking her out, but for completely different reasons. Right? Guy A just wants some company. Right? Doesn't give a shit. Right? He's just like, oh yeah, you're cute. Like, come on. Right? Guy B is like hoping that she likes him. He has all kinds of hopes. He's got he's got things like resting on this night, right? He's like, holy shit, I hope I get lucky, right? So the actions and what we perceive can be totally fine. We can look at Jason Momoa and go, yeah, look at the things that I'm perceiving, and then you create a judgment off of that and go, yeah, he must be like X, but we don't know until you're actually in his head or watching a series of behaviors behind closed doors, right? To say, okay, he's about his shit, or he's actually a chump. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't say that because you have your perception and your belief of Jason Momoa of what he is, but you've never met the man. You don't know how he is, just what you think he is. Right?
Absolutely. I just think it's weird when people say such and such couldn't keep a wife. Like, you have no idea what that man could be slinging penis everywhere. His wife was probably like, I'm done here. You can't say someone couldn't.
Or he could be
someone.
a total weakling. behind doors.
He could.
And she's
we don't
like,
know.
this guy I thought was something, and he's a total bitch. I can manipulate him in my sleep.
Perhaps.
We don't know.
Perhaps.
We have no idea. So just, keep that in mind when we're looking at celebrities and projecting our ideals upon them of what they should be when we have no clue what they're like at all.
Very, very true. No, Saint, you've been quiet up there catching strays and shit.
Are you mute?
Yeah. I'm just listening. I mean, everybody's making great points. I mean, Jen, you made some excellent points about, men getting bored. Also, you made great points about men getting comfortable and they get boring. And who said that? Who said that? Was it Justin said that? Who said that? I think Justin. Didn't you say something about if you're bored, it's because you're boring?
Yeah.
Interesting people. Interesting people are never bored.
I never get bored. I don't even know what boredom is. I have no idea what that is.
Right. I used to hear and I don't subscribe to her, but when I was young, I'd listen to Dr. Laura Schlesinger when I was really young, and she used to say that too. If you're bored, it's because you're boring. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. It's true though. It's true.
It is.
I mean, sometimes I'll sit there and I'll be bored. Why? Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting around. I'm not looking for things to do. I'm not looking for. So yeah, I agree with that. But
because as grown ass people, we always got something to do. Now I'll tell myself, I'm like, I can in this moment I can convince myself I'm bored, but I'm not. I'm just lazy. Because I have a million things to do and I don't feel like doing them. That's the reality. But bored, never. Yeah. Never bored. And the reason why I don't claim bored anymore is because of that statement. Years ago, I said that to my bonus mother. She was like, how you feeling? And I was like, bored. And then she said that to me. And that hit me hard because you just call me boring. And I'm like, I'm far from boring, right? But I was like, that's boring is a state of mind and it's a choice, right? So from that moment on, I've chosen not to be bored ever again. Well,
it's passive, right? Because you're waiting for things to make you entertained, right? It's very, very passive.
So I want to read this comment. Christopher Higdon, how are you, sir? Good to see you in the chat. Christopher Higdon says, men that don't have a purpose, if they don't have a goal they are working towards, shouldn't get married. Women are more cooperative when they see you're about something and handle your business. I want to acknowledge this super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, James Oko. Always talking with your money. James Oko says, World War III starts. Boss chicks revert back to traditional wives faster than your head can spin. Well, James, if you were on fire and I was the only one with a bucket of water, you'd be very submissive to me as well. Just saying. Just saying.
If we want to
very...
James doesn't know that Jen packs. You got like an arsenal.
You'd be very submissive to me if you were on fire and I had a bucket of water.
You'd be hiding behind you.
This is the problem I have with James's statement. What kind of life is that? So you're saying that a woman has to really need you, not because she wants you, not because you're interesting. No, she needs you, so she's going to revert back to a wife. That's horrible.
That's icky. That's icky.
I think it touches on something that I've heard many times in the red tinted manosphere areas, and they say, what is it that they say? The only reason why women are the way they are today is because of the comforts that men have built. Right? Like men have built the society that have given you the comfort to say, I'm a boss bitch. Right? Like they made that microphone. They made your building. They made your earphones. They made your phone. They made your plumbing, your electricity, your food, your water, your energy, every single thing that allows you to live comfortably in, Western world is because of men.
Thank you, men. I like my headphones.
Right. But the thing is though, is that they take that as like a point to attack back at women, right? Be like, well, you wouldn't have this freedom if it wasn't for us. right? And it's like, no, it's because you created that freedom and that comfort for sure. And you should feel proud of that as men. Like guys, like tip your hat to the construction workers that you see. You know what I'm saying? Like they allow you to shit in peace, right? Like when they're fixing those pipes, like you can peacefully sit in your bathroom because of them. You know what I mean? So, but you should have a sense of pride for the things that you do in the world or the men that came before you. But that's not an attacking point, right? It's the reason why women are the way they are is because of the way men are. Like I said, you're always leading, always. So if you're sitting back and you're getting lazy of mind, right? You're becoming like soft in the brain due to media consumption, due to porn, due to constant entertainment, right? And and not keeping your brain sharp and learning how to actually talk and interact with women or all people for that matter. It like women just lead away from you. They're like, like that's not attractive. That doesn't pull them in and say, ooh, I need to learn more about that guy, right? The lady who was here before, she talked about, getting fucked in the mind. Like, who does that? Like, when's the last time you were fucked in the mind? You know what I'm saying? Like slow stroked, where you're like, what is this man doing to my brain? And he hasn't touched you and you're jumping all over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let me
go ahead, no saying.
No, I was just gonna say, and to the World War III comment, and to what Justin Justin just said,
World War III
with the manosphere and look what we built for you. I hate this. I really think I dislike this pride because most of us are living off of somebody else's comfort. Most of us didn't build this for ourselves. We're living up. Most of us, and I saw Haran say a comment which is very true, and I agree with. World War III hits. A lot of us ain't making it.
Yep.
So I mean, this whole and that's why, Justin, I understand what you're saying, but to have pride in something you've had nothing to do with is just false pride to me. It's like I could admire it. I could admire what men and let's be honest, women weren't allowed to do a lot of things, or women didn't get the credit. Like a lot of these scientists from World War II that were women didn't get credit for what they put in, what they did. So
women or blacks.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Of course, there's going to be little things, but if you just look at like the general thing, like if you looked at like the history of bricklayers, right? Sure, there might be like a couple women in there, and like, you know what? Hats off to you too, right? But the vast majority is going to be guys, right?
Yeah.
The pipe cutters, the oil rig guys out in the middle of the freaking ocean for months on end. You know what I mean? So you could fuel your freaking Prius, like. Right, those are electric though, right?
Yeah, leave my Prius alone, please.
I like this comment as well. Christopher Higdon says, marriage is a business. The relationship is what has to evolve and takes the hard work because it's difficult to keep relating to someone whose life philosophy is going to change over the years. I'm just not up for that job, but I think that's a good tip for marriage. It's a great tip for marriage. I'm not up for that. I don't want to put in that word continuously relating to people. What are you feeling this year? Are you gonna? What are you into this year? Avocado? No avocado in your sandwich? That's it. No more avocado. Okay. What are you into? You don't like those movies anymore? Okay. You want to fuck this right now? It's just at this point for me, in my opinion, it's a young person's sport.
Yes. It is.
I'm not interested. I'm just not.
Marriage and activism is for young people. Those two things. Once you get to a certain age.
What's up, Kobe Joe? How are you, darling? Good to see you as well. Yeah, so I mean, this was a great conversation. I can't hit all the comments, you guys. I tell you, I throw it in there with a super chat if you want me to see it immediately. Kobe Joe, thank you for the super chat. Kobe Joe says, men act, women react. Rather that be good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time that's true. That's true. Because my actions do follow what some guy does or doesn't do. So yeah.
And so if the guy is like what you're describing or what you were describing earlier in the show, what do you expect, right? Like when guys like, oh man, she's not like this anymore. Oh, she's getting bitchy now. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Right?
So that
You
brings
just
me to
sitting
this
around like
comment.
watching football and scratching your balls, right? Like,
No, say it's like shots fired. I'm catching strays.
right?
But that's a great point. I no, Saint, you know we love you so much. But
Yeah.
in general, Justin, you made a great point because that's a huge turnoff for me to see a man neck deep and passionate about sports or passionate about video games. And I'm not talking about gamers. I'm not talking about gamers that get paid to fucking play games. That's a whole different thing. That's literally a career. I'm talking about guys that are yelling at their screens and their veins are popping out, and you never see that passion in anything else they do. They go to work, let me mosey on to work and come back. They're fucking, okay, let me put it in you and we can both come. Did you come yet? Did you come? Okay. But you never see that passion for life in anything else but them sitting there watching those sports. And I said before, that's a turn off to me. It's like, where's that passion when we're out and about or dinner or fucking or, you know what I mean, planning our vacations? Like, okay,
It's
going
like
to work.
to die.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's what it gives me. Yes.
That's why I don't like marriage. It's like waiting to die with someone. That's it.
But let me say this. Then it's not marriage. It's the guys. It always comes down to the guys, right? Because if the guy wasn't like that, right? He had some passion, as you saw his veins were popping out while his hand was around your neck. There was a lot of variety, and you know what I'm saying? Like it would be different. You'd be like, yes, this marriage is fantastic because it's based upon him, right? It's based upon him.
That's what I'm talking about. When I have an orgasm, I want the guy to be like, yeah, fuck it, fuck, get it. You know what I mean? The way they act about sports, let's get a little bit of that in our marriage.
Start clapping and
you know what I'm saying? Shit, throw his t-shirt on me like his jersey. I'm wearing his jersey. Come on, baby. You know what I mean?
Paint on his face.
There you go. There you go.
All of that. Your friend.
There you go. Fuck yeah. I know Simon wanted to say something on our way out. Simon, what you got?
Sorry. Wow.
You got the floor, baby. Come on. Come on.
You threw me off, man. You threw me off big time. The thing is you know, men don't have a glue without women. You know, that's the fact. So what my brother was talking about, and when I say brother, I mean brother, like in terms of humanity.
Just get Simon. Come on.
We got a few minutes. Yeah. Come on, babe.
Yeah. You got to stop. I just think we got to stop this whole thing about women are this and men are that, because it's just at the end of the day, you know, it's what you choose, and you have free will and free mind to do what the hell you want. Realistically, if you really want to do it. So we do have these conversations, and it's interesting, but at the same time, you know, if you really want to do something, you know how to go about doing it, you know. And I got
I don't know if you could say that in any more generalistic terms. Like I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because and here's the thing. And let me respond to that. I think at this point it's a little silly to say, well, you can't say all men are this and all men are that when I can walk in a stadium and see 50,000 motherfuckers in the same jersey. 50,000. Okay, so it's a little silly to say, or women, or 100 women in a mall wearing the same fucking purse, wearing the same purse. So, you know, men and women are tribes. They're tribal. All men basically do this. All women basically do that. Males. I mean, I throw this up for shits and giggles, but the majority of the time, men are going to do what men do and women are going to do what women do. We can't say, oh, no, all men are that. Yes, that's why I can walk in the stadium and it's all black and white. The Raiders out here, the Allegiant Stadium, and it's a beautiful sight, but it's all fucking men from all walks of life doing the same shit. Rich, poor, broke, fat, skinny, tall, whatever. They're all in there in this same black and white jersey. Por Dios. Thank you for the last super chat. James Oko has been very generous with his opinion. James Oko says, beware of
male. I think he meant to say male feminists.
Okay. Beware of male feminists. She's not going to fuck you, bro. So remember, man, all you have to do is be Superman.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means because Superman was a pussy. The only
Can't
reason
be
why
Superman for
Superman was
nobody.
not
What are
a
you
pussy,
talking
because check this out. Superman was an average male. The only reason why he was super is because he came here. On his planet, he was a bitch, and
He was a
Zod
passport bro.
and
No, that's
Zod.
interesting.
Check this out. And Zod showed us that. Remember when General Zod came, he kicked the shit out of him because Superman was just a bitch on his planet. He was an average male.
Damn it, he was a passport bro. I knew it.
And he was a passport bro.
Oh.
But he had no control over that. All right, let's be fair, right?
Well,
What is up with you, man?
No, all right,
no.
shit.
What you want to be is either Batman or Lex Luthor, right? Because they don't give a shit.
I never thought we would end one of our shows where Superman was a bitch.
And a passport bro.
And a passport bro.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you, James Oko. Always with the colorful opposition. Come on up here next time we're up. Guys, thank you for holding me down a chat panel. Thank you so much. This was very, very interesting, short and sweet. Mr. Justin, can you give them your new Instagram page?
Oh, yeah. I got flagged. Someone said that I was soliciting sexual services. That was the prompt from Instagram. That's why they disabled my account. And I'm like, what? I'm not soliciting sex to anybody. Like, this is crazy.
The pictures were risque. The pictures were
but no, that is risque, but I'm still not offering anything. Right. And so I think what happens is these are controlled by bots, the first stage. And so when someone marks that on your profile, the bot immediately, because they don't want to associate at all with any of that stuff. So immediately it's cut. Then they go back with humans to investigate if that's really what's happening. Right. So they got to listen to the first, whoever complains, right? The bot does. But anyways, so my new shit is Mr. Justin X. All right. And that's and I'm just building it. It'll probably take me a while to repopulate the whole thing. And hopefully I'll just get my account back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good luck to you. Thank you, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Block Talent Battle every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you are a talented soul of any sort of talent, and we mean any, pull up 8 p.m. Eastern every Saturday and compete for $100 cash. The chat will vote.
Could I read some of my erotic stories?
You certainly can. You got 2 minutes. That's a talent. We give people 2 minutes.
2 minutes? I don't know if I can last 2 minutes.
Uh-oh, damn. No, Saint, you. No, Saint, our poor nose Saint. He got shrapnel everywhere. He caught a lot of strays tonight. We're built for it.
That's all right.
All right. Simon says, sorry, tapped out too early. No worries, Simon. We get you next time. We're good. We got a lot of you tonight. All right, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Guys, if you are still here, please hit that like and subscribe. If you liked what you saw, subscribe. Don't forget you can support the show. Cash App on the Block with Jen is scrolling on the bottom. Helps Mama keep the church lights on. Thank you, chat, for holding me down per usual. You got the best comments ever. All right, we will see you here mañana. All right, be good. You can't be good. Be careful. Good night, guys.